Oh, it began. It began. Oh, my God. I'm sitting on the floor painting, and all of a sudden, I'm listening to a song, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, and I'm saying John Denver, JD, 104, Rocky Mountain High, the end, the beginning, and the middle of times, all in Colorado. Let's go skiing. Do you know why we go skiing in Colorado? Because of the ski tip, right? And Santa's reindeers is the same way the sled goes down the hill with the tip up. Earth can't be a round ball. It keeps banging into everything. But it would be a little bit like this. And Earth can plow its way through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. So I'm sitting there on the floor, and I hear this song, and all of a sudden I have 10 ideas. I have no one to tell, so I said, I'll save it for after. I'm still painting on the floor, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what if I wanted to forget something? You know what I would do? I would try to find the most exciting things to do that would have pertinence in my life. One of them is gambling, okay? I mean, if I had irrelevant funds and I enjoyed gambling, I would gamble, okay? The other one is sex. So the two of them. So if you wanted to get me off of, like, what are we going to do, Mr. Tackpans? So let's have sex. But that wouldn't work because I just can't have sex because Mr. Tackpans he can gamble because he's not interfering or showing any difference other than to what love is all about, right? Love is the money. Never enough, never enough. You have nowhere to put it, nowhere to spend it. You have to hire people to be able to manipulate your money because you got too much. And at the end, you never did the right thing with it anyways. So why did we work so hard to get so much money and so many have none? Why have so many people with none have not stopped their addictions to the love of the cocaine of life? You want me to tell you what the worst thing in the world actually is? The most painful thing in the world for me is sitting on the floor, I moved over my desk a little bit, and I'm adding a little bit of red over here. So I'm adding a little bit of red. You can see the paint can somewhere over there. So I'm adding red, and I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm saying, okay, I got this idea about the John Denver song. Okay, I won't forget. Then I got the idea of what would it be that we need to be addicted to in order to always want it, that will take our way. Like if you take a guy who's in complete anxiety and you show him something that he always really wanted, he might go from complete anxiety over to, oh my God, lust for what he had, knowing he's going to have it, not thinking it's going to be taken away that causing his anxiety, but that he's going to have it. I'm sitting on the floor. The reason I said all this is because this is the reflection that made me come up to do this video. I'm sitting on the floor and I'm saying, okay, remember what's in the John Denver song? You can listen to any song, Ronnie. You always find something in everything. So you'll always, as long as there's something, then there is something within the something that you can see, even if you say the number one. So what the reflection was is, I just can't put the thought in the back of my head of what I was thinking on the floor. If I forget what I was thinking on the floor, the time and the pain, the agony that I don't remember something so important that if it's for this Mr. Tackpan's idealistic world project, then I wouldn't care. But it is for the project. In fact, anything I remember or anything I think of that I'd like to remember, I'd like to write it down because the worst thing in the world is to forget. Not losing money, okay? Not losing anything, but to forget. To forget how to communicate. Forget. Things we shouldn't forget. So I didn't want to forget, so I jumped off the floor to come here and tell you, you don't want to forget. If you have something to write it down, write it down. If you have something to do, get it down now. Because you can't go back to yesterday and say, why didn't I do it yesterday? As your option right now is the choice of asking your own self the question of which I've already stipulated. What do you want to do? Whatever that choice might be, can you do it right now? Or can you just wait for tomorrow so you can give it a little thought? Give yourself a reason to have to think. Oh, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Not putting it off tomorrow, but give yourself a reason why you're putting it off till tomorrow. I want to think a little bit deeper. Maybe there's something inside of it that's going to remind me of something that when tomorrow comes. Anyways, let me back this up. I got 8 ages left before I catch up. I've been telling everything, these 7, these 8, these 9, but I keep forgetting to tell everybody, okay, that 11, okay, 11, 12, okay, 11 is ohms, okay. When you get to 71, oh my God, did you see that? When you get to 71, this one is 17. 71 is 71. It is because when you say the word 60 in French, it is 60. When you say 11, you're just repeating the cycle, okay, of 10 to 19. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, but in French. But isn't it funny the way 71 matches 17, which is in the EL family of 1771. And this is part of the teen era. 13 era, then there's the 10, 11, 12, then the 13 era. I'd have to sit down and talk to you about where you would want to go with this. But we also know that at 91, we say the same thing. At 71 and at 91, here we say 80, and then we say 19. Here we say 60, okay, then 17. 77. But it's 71, backwards. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Your French and English, certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. I mean, it's so fantastic. And how the letters in the alphabet match up. The N is the 14th letter, but is the E family. Gives you to 19. The M is in the E family. It's 13, gives you to 18. The L is in the E family, and all before EE, and E is 5, 5, and 5 before 5, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 5, 5, 5. So coincidental. That is so crazy. But Ronnie, what is it? What is it? You're telling me it's so coincidental. You're crying. You're up there. You're putting on a whole show. But you can't explain what it is. Like I said, and I'll repeat myself for what I actually do see, is that when you... Oh, do see? What I do see? Well, everybody knows when you play cards, if you say that a few times, everybody will think you'll have a 2. A deuce. A deuce. See? What do you have? I got a deuce. See, it means I got a 2 card. So when we go back into here, when we say 81, it's 81. Okay? There is no ohms inside. This one is 71. This one is 91. Okay? This one does not say 10, and this does not say 10. This is 80 and 1. This says, okay, 60 and 10 and 7. And this will say 60, 10, and 9. Or it'll say 90, 10, and 9, 90, 10, and 9. But at the same time, 71, 71 when you say it. When you say 71, it's because it's with the 7 and the 1. 71, because you're counting it as an adapter. When you say 21, you're saying 21. You're not saying 21, because that would be 20 and 11. Okay? 22, 23, 24. Where in this world are we supposed to be looking right now, okay, for the understanding of different languages and the numbers and letters that come with it? So we mixed up these 3 letters as 4, 3, 2 vibration into these top 3. The other ones is because we don't say 10 before it. 11 is a word. 12 is a word. 13 in French is a word, but it also becomes the teens. You see, in French, you have 7. The minute you become 17, you become 10-7. But in the English, it becomes 13. 13. In French, it becomes 10-7. It's not 11, 12, 13, 14, because 11, 12, 13, 14, which in French is 11, 12, 13, and 14, are not the same, because you're saying the number 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14 as a word. As where when you say 17, you're saying it in 2 words. You're saying this, which is 10, set, which is 7. 10, 7, 17. The word T says 2015. 2015. Why? T as in T-O, okay? T-O as in 20. 20 is the secondary vowel T, and then O is created by E and A. I'm looking at the secondary value of T to be T and then A, and then T and then B, and TC, TD, TE, TF. TF is brought all the way back, okay, and is brought to play in the number 1 hole of your database. What do you want to call it? The Instabank cards. Okay. Now, why is because there's 1 and there's 2. 10 position is a J. 20 position is a T. Anything in the 10 position will get a JA, JB, JC, JT. Everything gets repeated 3 times. One of the reasons for the numerological delusion between Chaldean numbers and everything is because everything has a different reason. When you're in the 10 position, it's the T. But what happens if I went into the 100 position? Then I would put the 0, whatever is in center, into the 1 board, and whatever I would put would be on each side. If 1 is in the first, B is in the outside. So all T's to the outside, all A's to the inside. Middle and left, middle and right. With numbers, I would have to sit down and talk about it, because it's not me. I can come up with a few ideas, but it's more you, of what we come up. Let's go Sunday to Sunday. We got 1 and 8. The first day and the 8th day. The total is 9. Pretty weird, eh? You went 7 days. You started the day you were on. You went 7 days forward. You were back on Sunday. Was Sunday the 7th day? No. The day you were standing on was 1. To go to the next Saturday is 7. Back to Sunday is 8. You sit on Sunday as 8. Go back to the first day as 1. It's 9. You have a total of 9 days. That's how you go around 2 weeks of Sunday. Okay. Other things, if you ever see this angle like this, down, up, down, this is because this is 2 levels. If I was on roulette, there's no more than 2 levels. Count here and here, or count here and here. Don't count here and here unless you're counting it on the side over here. You follow me? Roulette rules. There's so many things that connect these planets that I came up with. It's really crazy. Jen, if you like it, oh, you won't even see it. You won't even see it. I'm not even online. 12:55. He's supposed to be here within the next 5 hours. See the mug and dubbin on the inside? See the fox? I call that Pontiac sign the fox. Here's a chicken without a head. Imagine this. Oh, I think I heard. No. Imagine this is square. It's a triangle and a square. You can make so many designs, so many designs, so many designs. One little thing I wanted to do. Plutone, Neptune, October, Uranus, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, April and August. What Super Bowl is it? 48. April and August, 4th and 8th month. The 8th of April is today. We're looking for the 4th of August. And that was a day of Miss Mary. My grandmother was born on that day. And also MG also was born, 4 and 7. Michael G, he knows who he is. I don't think he'd ever watch these videos, but just to tell you, I don't leave out anybody. If I just take my time and somebody reminds me, it will help. It'd be okay. Help! You know what I was thinking? I was watching this movie on the James Seal, and every time I keep hearing James, I keep saying Jamaica, Jamaica. This number just showed up on my video. This specific number out of Spain, 7887. Okay, do you see what it is? 25,920 times 1.25 equals 7887. This number just showed up on my YouTube, and now all my accounts seem to have gone down. Does anybody want to see how this works over here? Okay. I'm trying to find out 476, 238, and 238. 119, 911. will create this number, 911, 238, 476. DGO, why don't we check it again? It says God. God's number inside 911. Inside the cycle of the Mayans, because I didn't come up with this from nowhere. It's a divisible. 77976. 5 cycles of the Mayan count, the 360 degrees. Okay, 72 times 5 degrees, 2520 equals 3420. This multiple equals this. Okay, and if it doesn't, I made a mistake somewhere. This is 324 days. On 324 days, okay, and this will be, I think, 70, I don't remember. It's 324 days plus 36 days will be 360 degrees. So 324 days or 324 vibration plus the 36 of 360 days. Are you following me? This will all make up, okay, will come down to 28,880 times 1.25 equals 360 degrees. If you add up 23 plus 51, this speaks for Mars and Uranus, Mars and Pluto. Okay? Mars and Pluto represent the number that represents Uranus. Now, I'm a little off in here, and I've showed this video before, but it's funny the way I'm stuck to this number right now. 1.25 times 28 is 360 degrees, plus 787 is supposed to be 787, 360, creation of man. But it'll finish with 3. 0, 0 will end up being 6, 6. Why 6, 6? Because all zeros become 6. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. We did this one, right? A couple of 100 times. When I just open the door and let them walk on in. Which level you want to be. See the tail over here? See this? It can close. This can close. They all become closed-in boxes. Close the gates. So this comes here and it closes to this gate. This goes down, closes to this gate. This goes down, closes to this gate. This closes up, and all the gates get X'd in. Why? Because if there's a one that goes up, there's one that goes down. We can close it. And if we did it on this side, they'll end up all creating X's. See, I'll take this gate and I'll go zzz, and then you'll crisscross it. And imagine the Magen David. Imagine if I was able to build it with the Magen David inside this. Now you're watching what these are. This is underneath the earth. This is underneath the earth. Don't forget, if you make the earth at a certain mound, it'll be the same thing as building an igloo. And those igloos are pretty good, eh? How'd you like, look at that. 3,000 Eskimos in the garden, everyone with an igloo. Man comes from the city. Nothing works no more. The white keys and the black keys and piano. This is the one. I like the tennis. H-I-T. Hit. Lamed. And now, something, I had a dream about this. Look, H-I-T. Well, what about the S? S-I-T-H, the return of the Sith, off of the tennis court. That's where I ended up learning it. Now my question would be, you see, look at this. Is it a flag? Is this a flag? And then here's a flag. I'm not sure which way to do this, but it's irregardless. Because now I can have this flag. Did I show you the thing on the nav? The K is the 11th letter. It's a king. The N is the 14th letter. 14th letter is a card, is an ace. The A is an ace. The 22nd, then the 5, 2 and 2, and 5. This will be the 5 card. 2 in this corner, 2 in that corner. 5 connecting for the 5 hole. Give me the I. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Did I start this video yet? Where was I with this video? Am I a little bit behind? Let me just see something. 414. Half and half, 5, 4, 5, 4. 0.5s. When one gets split in half, each side gets 4.5. 4.5, and the 1 always gets to remain itself. 4.5 or 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 3, 3, 4 and 3, 3, 3. Love, joy, because it reunites this. But I don't want to say that. You know why I don't want to say it? Because I don't like it. I just like this one over here. See this and this flipped upside down, they're the same thing. So 8986 will give you 2142. This will give you the representation of 76. So then you'll have 6, 7, 8, and 9. 76 will give you 34. So it'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4. But 4 and 6 and 2 and 8 is 10, 10. 8 and 2 and 1 and 9 is 10, 10. We flipped them upside down and they made a perfect fit. 63 is what brings them together. Creation of the 666. 3 worlds, creation face. You ever see the Ankh? Ace, ace, ace. These are all aces. The first card in the deck is an ace. The last card in the deck of cards and the first card in the deck of cards is the 14th ace and the first ace. Okay? The K is in blackjack. He's the 11-point ace. For the 11th letter is the K. You get Ankh. Let me see what else is in here, if you don't mind, just for a second. The reason nickel and the nickel that we use to spend our money is an element, and they purposely call it nickel. Our change in our pocket, okay, is a combination for something. I do not know what that combination is, okay? Just going through the Mayan 20 days, 18 months, the Mayan grid, the 366 days in a year, okay, in which greatly inflict number 108. Yes, I'm working on the numbers of the year. I have to study this. Time, Mary Tyler Moore show. I'm just looking through this one more time. 1,440 minutes in a day. Oh yes, this is the thing I'm also working on. I'm working on creating a 7-day week in which I will remove 8 hours for every single day. Okay, so 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 6 is 48. So this is what it was. In a 6-day week, 6 times 24 equals to 168. And in a 6-day week, okay, this will equal to 96. Okay, 120, 144. So there's a difference of 48. 2 days, 4 days, and 2 days. So if we want to know, everybody, that we're only looking at this equation, okay? 4 days and 2 days. The same way 4 and 2 work on this Rubik's Cube. 4 days, 4 dogs. I'll take 4 dogs. You want 2 dogs or 4 dogs? How many dogs you want? Well, we're 2 people, so we'll take 2 dogs each. The 2 dog days, well, let's just add another one up and put it into the project and say it fits. Because that's what we're supposed to do. We want to take everything in this world and shove it somewhere. I want everything to be shoved somewhere. And then if we see it, maybe we can pull it out and lick it and taste it, and we'll see actually if it really fits there, or whether it gives us a revelation to something else. Because the only time you're ever going to take something out of something is when you get a new revelation. Otherwise, you're not going in there. There is no factor. But when there is a factor, then you're going to take it out. Whatever plus you make to something's negative is always going to be a double plus. So now we have 48 hours left in the week, 4 days and 2 days. 2 teeth and 4 teeth. At the same time, 48 is the Super Bowl. It also stands for 44 space of alpha beta. You know why? Because I'm assuming that this ski tip, okay, is number 12 up here. And it might be the Fibonacci if it just curls under. Finding the middle in the air. Like holding out the lantern. You know, jack-o'-lantern, they hang out the lantern. So we hang out the lantern. So if the ski goes up like this, you can hang the lantern right in the middle of the air of something that's already in the air. Something that was below got curled over, became the ceiling. So we would have 4 days a week inside of all of this because our time clock. Imagine if we had 90 seconds to a minute. This is what would happen. We'd have 2 extra days. So of these 2 days, so now we're going to say, okay, we have 4 days a week. Where's the other 3? So I'm going to try and think, so if we do this, okay, out of 6 days, out of 60 days, there'll be 40 that are real. Out of 360 days, we'll have 240 days. 240 days, okay, is a 9-day system and a 1-day system. 1 in 9, because of the 1 in 9 in pull, which connects the two worlds. 216 hours, 9 times, okay, 9 times equals 216. 9 days at 16, at 24 hours is 216, and then 1 for God. But now that I switched it, and we still have the same 240 hours for its cycle, okay, the question would be right now, do we put all cycles into 30s? If we do, it's automatically 30 by 8 is 24, 240 cycle works. Oh yeah, the Mayan number, oh my God. The numbers are perfect, because whatever number works is in. What's not working is out. That's the difference of the two. Don't you love that blue wall back there? Freaks me out. Like I'm looking back and I'm going, looks like he's in a comic. Yeah, I'm in a comic right now. We're inside a comic book. All right. So now that we have the 240 here at 16 hours a day, you need 10 days equals 160. You need 15 days. Okay, 15 days. 10 days is 160. 15 days is, yes. You need 15 days times 16. If it was 90 seconds in a minute, okay, and to cover 16 hours, it would now cover 15 days. 14 plus the 1 day for God, unless you want to switch it and do it some other way, okay, because it's 6, 1, and 3. At the same time, let me try and think about it. You have a total of, take away 16, you have a total of 224. 224 hours, and then the last day is 16. So you have 2, 2, and 4. Okay? VD, the beta world, 2, 2, and 4. Right over here. That divides into here. This would be 4 times 4. Okay? How many 16s would go into here? 15. And this would be 10 is 160. 3, 4, 5, 4 times 64. Yes, so this has to work in. Now if 4 times 16 is 64, now we get the chess table that fits into here, that fits into the time of the 15 days of where it was 60 seconds on a clock. Now it's 90 seconds on a clock, and now you're running 14 in 1 day of 16 hours for 240 for the cycle of 240, which is divisible by 25,920 of the Mayan calendar, which is also divisible by 160, which is the light. And now don't forget, put 6 and 6, the light of 2 worlds. Light up 2 worlds. So now you have, but in the Mayan calendar, right, we're supposed to be running, this is 15 days over here. Mayan runs 20 days. So what would we do next? We would have to come back with another 1/4. You understand? We have to change that count in the Mayan count, unless somebody distorted the Mayan calendar. And maybe there's only 15 days in a month. But don't forget, you have 2 eggs in the tray. Each egg is worth 15. That means there's 30 eggs. Does it mean there's 30 days? And they distorted the last 10 parts of the Mayan calendar, because the Mayan calendar is 30 days, but not the way they're actually saying it. And if it was, we'd have to understand the number cycle because of Lo Shu, the way it switched it around. Shows everything is 10, 10, 10, 10. So we go a $20 bill and a $10 bill, or the 28 days in a moon. Why would the Mayans go closer to the moon? Why did they change the moon cycle? Like it took, are you actually telling me if the moon is 28 days and they're 20 days, well, 20 and 28 days for the moon is 48. It's a nice number. Number matches, right? You know what, I'm looking like this, right? You know what I'm looking at? It's really, really weird. Isn't that weird? How come I can see 2 of them? How come there's 2? I only see 1 on my screen. How come I see 2? Okay, I'm not scene 2. Oh, I'm funny. I'm funny. That is Jen. I'm still not really sure what her second name is. What is new, I'm not sure. She makes these fantastic digital revelations through images and colors that only when you look at an image will you ever understand within your own self if there's a connection. If there is, it will go right and resonate in you, and it'll go right through you. That's the way it works. We've been so cut off from the reality of how Matrix works and how the soul works with spirit that we don't even believe that we can do it, but you could. Because I know it works for me. When I feel something, I feel it so bad that I have to get up and do a video. If I didn't do it, I would probably cry after or something. Well, and not only that, I will accept when I don't get to do it or if I miss. But I will not accept that if I waste my time doing something else while I can be logically doing what I love right now. Not all the time. I can illogically do something that I shouldn't be doing and be doing this, but I also know that I get to have my time off and be illogical. That's why I'm on earth. But I do it with my hands crossed against my body. Hey-oh! What's going to happen? The day's cut short, my friends. The days are cutting short. To the number and date I picked, right? To the date I picked, that's something that there's got to be a great change, which is October 4th of this year. So far, I don't see any movement. I must be blind. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Hey, what are you doing, guys? Pull up the blinds. Isn't this the time for a Beaumarchais? Pull up the blinds. Get the blinds up. Open the windows. Let me see outside what's going on. Maybe I'll want to participate. But you know what? Press this number over here and we'll all be participating. And the righteous way, the only way is communication. I am going to drop this. But I know mentally that I shouldn't be dropping anything. Some liquid will come out. So I fall in love with my other hand. And my other hand comes to the safety of this cup. And at the same time, I'll ask my other hand, will you marry and kiss me? Sure will. Oh, outstanding coffee. Thank you for watching. Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus. One day we'll be able to hold our lucky stone with our lucky color and hold it and act in a righteous way, and all your dreams will come true. But hold that lucky stone and act against love. Love is communication, as you see. Without love, I cannot drink this coffee. Love is a bond between two. Why did they use this word? Because it says 99 and 111. It says 99 and 1111. And why I say it's 99 and 1111, because it reaches out to this side, it reaches out to that side. It reaches out to both sides evenly, and it becomes 911. The birth inside the beta world, where 911 is I'm a little yellow. Raphael. Why? Because yellow is 92, and black is 29. Isn't that weird? Like, why couldn't they say black 48? Well, that'd be good too. But why couldn't they say black 48? And why would it be good? Because 9 and 2 is to the right 9 and to the center 2, and 48 is to the left and to the center. So it's an opposite of each other. One is top, one is the bottom. I hold your hand, you hold my hand, he holds your hand, I hold your hand. Just the other side holding your hand. Thank you for watching this video.